So that was some tips on strategy. The regulations also want continuous update and evidence of the searches. So you need to be able to demonstrate diligence here, that you have created the best practice searches and that you'll continuously update them. And so you should use saved searches and alerts. So you can either create your best practice strategy and use it as a saved search and then just pull the information whenever you need it periodically, or you can set up an alert. An alert is where the database provider or the aggregator will push the relevant results to you on a predefined time frame. So once a month, once a week, whatever you want. And this makes it much easier to manage the searches because the searches are documented, and particularly with alerts, the delivery dates can be recorded. And if you make any changes to the alerts, they can be recorded. And also in some services, such as the Dialog Alert Manager, you can update the searches simultaneously. So if you have a number of searches, say 5 searches or whatever, and you need to include a new trade name or a new search term, you can do this in one go. You can choose all of your alert strategies and you can edit the searches in bulk in one time. And then also very important with alerts is that you can demonstrate that you're automatically monitoring either post-marketing or during the approval process, because the information will be pushed to you regularly. And this is particularly important because the regulations state that devices must be monitored over their entire life cycles. The MDR 2017-745 also makes it clear that you need to keep a record and an audit trail. And in Dialog, there is an audit trail of the lifetime of an alert plus 4 years. And the audit trail can include all the changes and the full history of alert deliveries. So that will keep your organization inspection ready and compliant. And this is an example of the Dialog Alerts Manager. So it's a module in Dialog where you can create the alert and you can manage it. You can check that it ran when it was supposed to run. You can check how many references were delivered and on which date they were delivered. And say you had some terrible breakdown in your email. Well, you can ask for them, press a button and get them re-delivered. You can bulk edit alerts at once, and there will be an audit trail to show that you are maintaining these alerts. In addition, the Dialog alert system has a memory, a history, and it remembers what it sent you. So it will never send you the same reference twice. So you will minimize the risk and cost associated with receiving duplicate references. And this is an example where we have 2 alerts here, and I want to do a bulk action. I want to update a field in both of these alerts at once. So I can select a field, I can add additional recipients, I can change the delivery format and so on, and I can replace the syntax. So you can do this at once, which makes it much easier. And on top of that, everything you do will be recorded. And this is an example of an audit trail. So this is the date of the change. What did I change? What was the old value? What's the new value? Who changed it? And why did they change it? And so this is completely inspection ready if your searches come under scrutiny, either from your client, if you're working on behalf of a client, or from a competent authority if you're being inspected. And this is, I mentioned that you can record the delivery history, and if something terrible has happened, you can resend the alerts. So there is continuity of delivery and you don't miss important references. So in summary, you should search the broadest content sent possible. And you need to be very precise and accurate with your search terms in order to obtain the objective of meaningful results. Literature is important throughout the life cycle of a medical device, and post-marketing surveillance is more important than it ever was. And it is a proactive collection and review of experiences about the devices. So you should use saved searches or preferably alerts, because then you get the documentation. You need to maintain an audit-ready record of the alert strategies, their maintenance, and their deliveries. And you shouldn't be afraid to reach out for help with search strategies. Clinical evaluation research strategies need to follow specific frameworks, and the regulations do say that a task should be done by a suitably experienced person. So whoever you're getting your databases from, whether it's from Dialog or from one of our competitors, that company should have on hand a body of experienced experts who can advise on search strategies and database choice. And we at Dialog are very happy to help with that. And beware, we attended the European Medical Writers Association workshop last year, and poor literature search strategies and methods are a common gap in CERs being MDR compliant. So I hope this has helped to at least maybe focus you on the medical devices regulations coming in May and how literature is important. So thank you very much indeed for joining, and I hope you'll have a very safe and pleasant day. Thank you very much indeed.